Hold up.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Foxy98 here, and welcome back to the finale of the F1 2015 Vettel career mode. This is it. We've got the final two races to go, and let's have a look at the starting grid here for Brazil. We've got the Williamses in 6th and 5th. I'm starting in 3rd position, only a 10th behind the two Mercedes up front. Very, very close qualifying, but if you did enjoy this series, make sure to leave it a like rating. I know it's dragged on a lot, and it shouldn't have, but there you go, that's how it goes. If you did enjoy it though, make sure to leave a like, it'd be absolutely awesome. Subscribe if you are new around here. We've got all the new games coming up this fall, and I'm going to be covering them. But without further ado, we got the finale to go. If we win this race... Wait a minute. Lights out! Told you that. So basically, if we win this, we have to finish 5th or above, and we've won this championship. So we are away. Rosberg and Hamilton getting good starts against us. We nearly tapped the back of Rosberg there, really getting right up in his bumhole there. Beautiful camera angle, and I got caught. I caused a collision against Rosberg. Yeah. Nice one, Codemasters. But we're going to follow in the slipstream of Rosberg and Hamilton. They both got decent starts, but Rosberg wants to have a go at Lewis Hamilton. Going to take him on the inside. I'm just going to stick behind them because I can tell there's going to be an opportunity coming. Rosberg and Hamilton still scrapping the way up front. They're not giving each other an inch. They are literally not giving each other an inch. Brake hard. Rosberg around the inside. We've managed to get Rosberg. A little bit of a tap on Lewis Hamilton. He maintains position, but we've got the inside line going into the next right-hander, and we have managed to take the lead, but Hamilton stays right with us. He's now got the inside line, and he's got the advantage, but I then have the racing line effectively going into the next corner. Now I've got the inside line, and we've just managed to make our way past Lewis Hamilton in a matter of spaces. What has happened, basically, in the last few races, I've noticed that my first laps have always been my best laps. Now, I've managed to get past the Mercedes, and again, I can just defend them because I can just pull out of the slipstream like I always do, and they do not go right behind your car. But it is getting closer. Hamilton and Rosberg right next to us. You can see I've just pulled off the racing line a bit. They can stay on that line, and they're not going to get past me. So at the end of the first lap, we have managed to overtake them, both Mercedes cars, and at the moment, we are winning the World Championship no matter what. We need to finish 5th or above. Let's have a look at the start though, because that's what we kind of want to look at. Let's have a look at this first lap again from the new angle. So you can see we've got a bit of a goodish start. The Mercedes got a much better getaway than us. We get right on the back of Rosberg, apparently causing a collision, which was complete BS. So suck my balls, Codemaster. We get very, very understeery and oversteery, trying to get settled into the track. Rosberg goes for a move on the inside. I think it's turn 4, I want to say. And you can see he's still staying with it, still right on the back of them. And you can see I'm just going to follow behind. And at the moment, I've got a double slipstream because both of their cars are alongside each other. I brake late. Rosberg just completely got caught out by that. Hamilton, though, manages to maintain his advantage, braking then into the next difficult little corner here in this little S-section type twisty things. I managed to get the move on Hamilton, but Hamilton then outbrakes me and then has the inside line. Again, then I managed to maintain with Lewis Hamilton around this long other sweeping right-hander. I then got the move done and I shoved my car right onto the curb to give Hamilton as little space as possible. And as we now begin the incline up the, and you can see this, I love this Brazilian Interlagos circuit. Then we got this massive incline now going up towards the pit straight, and just look at this thing. Oh, nice curb shot. I'll give that one. Nice. You can see just a massive incline. You can see the track layouts and all the inclines and the declines on the circuit. It's brilliant around Interlagos. We brake it then coming into turn 2. We skip ahead now to lap 4 of the Grand Prix though, because nothing really happened. But now Hamilton and Rosberg have been piling on the pressure. I've actually got a little bit of a queue behind me. I'm not gonna lie. I've got Bottas, Hamilton, Rosberg, and Raikkonen all up my bum. I didn't actually realise that Bottas has actually pitted on lap 4, so he's pitted extremely early for this Grand Prix, but nevertheless, I pull out the slipstream for Hamilton. Hamilton right next to me, Rosberg trying to have a go, but none of them managed to actually maintain the gap. You can see the gap between me and Hamilton is less than a 10th going through the first sector, so really, really tight between me and Hamilton, as I'm literally just driving my own race. I think I'm in like standard fuel mixture, saving a lot of my fuel, because I tend to blast all my fuel at the end of the race when my tyres are completely dead. We skip ahead again to lap 6 in the exact same place as we were before. This little bit straight here. Coming past this little S section like 1, 2, and 3. Then coming up to turn 4 now. I want to say it's turn 4. If it's not, it's embarrassing. But Hamilton here with a bit of DRS. He's going to try and switch over to the left-hand side. He then goes to try and get to the right-hand side. But I've already covered marginally the right-hand side. I've positioned my car perfectly. So he couldn't, there was no space to go around the outside. And there wasn't quite enough space to go around the inside either. So that's how I positioned my car perfectly. And we skip ahead to lap 7, and guess what? We're in the exact same place as last time. We're coming down towards this S section corner now. You can see Lewis Hamilton with Rosberg actually really close behind. You see both their arrows, which is really, really disturbing. Hamilton here with DRS, but Rosberg's actually going to have a move here. I didn't realise this at first. Rosberg's actually catching my slipstream. We brake now going into turn 4. I want to see what's going on behind. Rosberg's actually now trying to attack Lewis Hamilton, and for the championship, this is beautiful. They can race as much as they want. I'm happy for Rosberg to take Hamilton out, you know, just smack him one at the bar, but he probably won't. But we come now down towards this difficult little S section. My tyres are starting to go off a little bit now, and I'm struggling to hit the apexes of the corners. Rosberg has actually taken second place from Lewis Hamilton, which is pretty much a nightmare for Hamilton. But you can see, look, I'm missing the braking zones, struggling to get my car in the corners. So I'm definitely going to need to come to the pits very, very soon. Otherwise, we're going to be screwed, and Rosberg's going to overtake me. But we skip ahead now to this next lap, which is lap 8. And we are now going to make the pit stop that we needed. You can see, I think that's Rosberg and Raikkonen are going to continue onwards. Me and Hamilton are going to pit at the exact same time. And I noticed this from the US Grand Prix onwards. I don't know if there was an update or something, but the AI cars do not come in at the exact same time now. They actually do stay out a lap later. That was a massive problem. Like, you've seen it in the previous races. Hamilton, Rosberg, Raikkonen, Bottas, and Massa, they've all come in at the same time. This time, they do not come in at the same time. You do not have the AIs and you pitting at the same time, which is absolutely awesome. I hated it when they came in at the same time, because of course if you're behind the driver that came in first and you were told to come in first, you pitted and you saw your own teammates in there, it's just a pain in the backside, and it also caused a lot of delays in the pits because there'd be so many more people coming into the pits all at once. But we're out of the pits now. We are on the medium compound tyres. And they've also changed a weird thing on the info for the fuel rates. It doesn't say a +2 laps, +3 laps, whatever. It literally has like +1.64 or 0.93. Like, what the bloody hell is that? Can I just have what I had before? But anyway, we're now on lap 9. You can see that Bottas is actually in front of us. Now, I didn't know this when I was actually racing, but Bottas came in on about lap 4, lap 5-ish. So, Bottas has gone for a very early pit stop. He's actually in front of us now because, of course, he was on the medium compound tyres for a lot longer whilst we were on the soft tyres, which has started to degrade, and we were battling the Mercedes cars. Bottas is now actually in the lead of the Grand Prix, so we're going to have to actually make a move on Bottas. I didn't realise this to start with, but I saw everyone come to the pits, and I saw Bottas stay out, and I was like, shit, is Bottas actually come in already? He has come in already, so we're going to have to try and close up on Bottas and mount a strong attack, because if I get stuck behind Bottas for too long, the Mercedes of Rosberg and Raikkonen are going to get in my way. But we're on to lap 11 now. You can see we've got a small gap to Rosberg, which is pretty cool. And we have also closed up massively on Valtteri Bottas, which is cool because I need to get past him quickly. So we put the car into standard fuel mixture. That was dumb. I think I wanted to put that into rich fuel mixture, but I didn't, which is dumb. There we go. Now we're in rich fuel mixture. So we've got maximum engine power. We've got the DRS on Bottas. We're going to go for a move on him. So we're coming now down towards this pitch. We're on the pitch straight now. We're going to try and make a move into turn 1 on turn 2 and turn 3, the S section of the track. Fastest lap of the race. I've been pushing hard to get past Bottas. Very late braking maneuver, and we have just got the job done on Bottas. His tyres are starting to go off, and we've managed to make a beautiful move on Bottas here on lap 12 of the Grand Prix, which has put us back into the lead and more than in contention for the championship. Skipping ahead to lap 18, Rosberg got stuck behind Bottas. Hamilton also got stuck behind Bottas, but they both got past him. But they never managed to close me, which you kind of know what it is by now. That means that with everything going my way in this Grand Prix, I had to finish 5th or above, and Hamilton needed to win this race to stay in the championship. But I have won the championship. Boom! Title for me, all on legendary AI difficulty. We have taken the Formula 1 World Championship here in Brazil. And, oh, what the hell? I didn't even realise this at first. I was checking my recordings. I didn't know they did donuts. What? Oh, I missed this. I was literally like, I've won the race. I went to go check my recording. I didn't know they did donuts. Oh, well, that's actually pretty sick. I'll give it that. So, there we go, guys. We've managed to win the Formula 1 World Championship for 2015 here in Brazil with one race to spare. And I thought I was considering doing the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix all live as a final event for the season. But I was just, you know, I was a bit tight on the timing, and I'd already recorded some other videos as well because I need to, because otherwise I won't be able to upload them during the week. So we're going to be showing you the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix right now. So let's get straight into this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So you can see the grid here from the bottom to the top. Jenson Button starting in 18th there, pretty poor results. We've got Kvyat, Nico Hulkenberg, Nasser, Ricciardo, 2 Williams, it's a Massa, Bottas. Then we have got Raikkonen, then we've got me 3 tenths back, so a bit worse than in Brazil. which is pretty poor. But we're going to see if we can try and make a move on it. This is a day-to-night race. It's the only one that does it. We have got 14 laps in front of us. We have got the 5 red lights preparing to get themselves blasted. And away we go here for the final race of the 2015 season. So we get a bit of a decent start here. Rosberg and Hamilton very, very close in front. Into turn 1. Didn't want to make any maneuvers on Rosberg or Hamilton. Well, I wouldn't be able to make one on Hamilton, but on Rosberg, I possibly could have. Now we come through this little tight, little twisty section here. Very, very difficult. I had to drop down a gear. I did that pretty much the whole Grand Prix. I went for a really late braking maneuver here. Tried to see if I could think of something on Rosberg. Didn't quite come about it. I was close to Rosberg, so I thought, screw it. Let's just do one around the inside of the hairpin. I still had all 4 wheels on the track. Rosberg, though, stays with it. And now I'm much, much closer. And I've set my car up, so it's got quite a good amount of straight line speed. So we're going to stay in the slipstream of Nico Rosberg. Pull out to the left-hand side, and we have managed to make the move on Nico Rosberg again. My first laps are always the best. We brake hard, and we tried to go on a move on Hamilton. I generally didn't actually mean to do that. I locked up quite badly, and the car just wouldn't turn when I initially tried to, so I had to literally slam it on, which is why I went very, very deep into that curb. But we are right on the back of Lewis Hamilton. He has blocked the inside line for us. Actually, the AI's actually blocked something, and we're going to take the outside line onto Lewis Hamilton into the lead of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And again, my first laps are always the best laps. We've overtaken the 2 Mercedeses again. I just do it every time. I'm just a wizard, okay? I'm just a wizard. But we're coming through these. I love this little section here of the circuit. Braking hard. This corner here is pretty difficult to match. Then we're going to brake into this left-hand corner, going underneath the hotel now. And as you can see, Hamilton is in second, Rosberg third. I think Raikkonen's in fourth, and then the 2 Williamses are further back. But I'm sure the Mercedes is like they always do in these races. As soon as I get past them, they're going to mount a big attack to try and get back in front of me, which is fine because I'm down for a race. For me, this is a free race here in Abu Dhabi because I've won the World Championship. I can retire, I can blow up for all I care. I'd still be the champion. It doesn't bother me. Actually, it kind of probably would bother me if I blew up, but you know what I'm kind of saying. Let's get a replay of the start, though, because I'm sure you want to see it from a different angle. So you can see, again, the Mercedes get a very good launch. The Mercedes are always brilliant with their traction. We brake nice and late into turn 1, getting us nice and close to Nico Rosberg. Coming into turn 2, we're still matching Rosberg. Then into this turn 3, this difficult, long, sweeping right-hander. Very, very difficult corner to match. I never actually really got into the grips of it. We brake late coming into turns 4 and 5 of the chicanes here. And I spotted a little opening. I thought, screw it, I'm just going to go for a move on Rosberg. But it didn't quite pay off, and Rosberg managed to maintain his lead. But we're going to stick right behind Rosberg. Oh, you taking the piss. What camera angle is this, Codemasters? What camera change? There we go. So you can see we pull out to the left-hand side on Nico Rosberg. We get the job done there. You can see the straight line speed of them for Ferrari, otherwise we literally would have been on it. You can see I locked up badly, trying to get in the move on Hamilton, but then I thought, screw it, I might as well try and adapt my poor maneuver into a bit of a switchback maneuver, getting me as close as I can to Hamilton. But we're coming now down towards this nice second DRS zone. We will pull out to the right-hand side this time of Lewis Hamilton, and we outbrake him round the outside. A beautiful move from us here to make ourselves P1 in this Grand Prix, and making sure that you do not get past back me, Mr. Mercedes boys. So we're coming through this. I love this little section here, this sweeping little like triple curb section. There's 1, there's 2, and there's the 3rd one here. Coming down towards the hotel now, and what the fudge is... Nice hotel camera view. I'll take that. And I don't check these camera angles. I just let the race roll on, then I'll edit it to what the best bits were. That's a beautiful camera. I'll give it that one on the hotel. We brake hard then coming into the final corner of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix circuit, and that's how it goes. But we're going to skip all the way to lap 5 as we managed to defend off the Mercedes cars pretty well. Rosberg's actually up into 2nd place. Raikkonen's in 3rd. Hamilton has dropped back massively. You can see I've got a big gap to Raikkonen, so something's happened to Hamilton, whether he's had an ERS failure or something. Really, I have no idea, but he's dropped back. Rosberg's a 10th behind me now, and Raikkonen is 4 seconds back. So Hamilton's lost 4 seconds to us in the last few laps. So pretty poor few laps for Lewis Hamilton. Generally don't have a clue what's going on with him. But we want to win the final Grand Prix. We want to get 5 wins in a row. But Nico Rosberg is not going to let it happen. He's got DRS here, coming down the back straight. I move over to the left-hand side to try and block off Rosberg. Rosberg gets a good move on us. He's gone around the inside of us. Nico has got the job done, but we've got the inside line into the second chicane, and I push my car right onto the curb, giving Rosberg no space whatsoever. Poor Nico. But it's not over yet because there's still a second DRS zone, which Rosberg can use to either close up or get the move done. But he can't get the move done on us, which is very, very fortunate. I didn't want Nico Rosberg getting past us, because quite frankly, I'd cream. So we're coming now down towards the hairpin again on lap 6. Raikkonen, I believe, is like 3 seconds back now. So me and Rosberg have been scrapping away, and it's given Raikkonen the opportunity now to close up on us. We're in rich fuel mixture right now. Rosberg again with DRS. I've moved over to the left-hand side this time completely. Rosberg really does go for it. He literally moves right over to the left-hand side to try and make the job done. But he wasn't as close as he was last time, so when I managed to outbrake Nico Rosberg, didn't mean that I needed to defend him into the second part of the chicane. I already had him covered in the one corner. But I need to defend him again because this is a second DRS zone right after that long back straight, so it's very, very tough, very challenging. Rosberg, though, gets with the DRS. He's not really going to get any further. He's a 10th back. Raikkonen is 2.4 seconds? It's really blurry when I look at it when recording, when it should actually, I don't know, it's probably about 2 to 3 seconds, so he's definitely closed up on us. But I decided I'm going to show you the rest of this lap as well, guys, because this is actually my pit lap. So we're going to be coming into the pits at the end of this lap. You can see struggling with the tyres, starting to go off. You can see the understeer. We had to break into second gear going into that second corner of the like little triple right-handers. It's normally a third gear corner, but I've had to brake a little bit more. You can see Raikkonen, actually Hamilton's now got in front of Raikkonen. So whatever's happened to Hamilton, it's kind of not happened anymore. But Rosberg continues onwards, which is kind of cool. So the AIs don't pit at the same time. Lewis Hamilton is going to come in at the same time as me, though, because Rosberg is the lead car, but he's decided to just carry on. Hamilton, though, is going to be coming in at the same time as me, as well as one of the Williams. Don't know which Williams it is, but it doesn't really matter. And we're going to be going on to the yellow marked soft tyres. Hamilton there coming out. We've got a mechanic. Look at that Marshall there clapping me away. Yeah, I'll clap with you, Mr. Marshall. He knows my pit stop was glorious. So now, the traditional underground pit exit, the tunnel pit exit, surprisingly, when was Abu Dhabi first shown? I think it was in 2009 was Abu Dhabi. Since then, no one has ever crashed in that tunnel. I'm surprised that no one's ever crashed in that tunnel before. I'm pretty shocked myself, but we're coming now down towards this little hairpin corner you can see here. We've got about a 2.6 second odd lead to Lewis Hamilton. Very comfortable indeed, and he was never really closing in on me when me and Rosberg were battling. Like, we had a scrap for those 2 laps, but when we stopped scrapping, like in the second and third sectors, the gap was maintained at marginal. But in the first sector, when me and Rosberg were scrapping away, Hamilton was taking time out of us. So really, I have the pace to match Lewis Hamilton. So, well, it doesn't really matter because I'm the champion no matter what. So, yeah, stuff you, Lewis. But in terms of in IRL, real life, I don't know, why did I do that? In real life, Lewis Hamilton is actually really close to winning the world champion, and I am a Lewis Hamilton fan if you are wondering. But always, I don't know why, like, I think it was because I started watching F1 in 2008. 2003 I started watching it, but I really mostly got into it, and when we had Lewis Hamilton in 2008 winning the World Championship and in Brazil, I remember sitting watching my family. I actually supported Hamilton because we wanted a British driver to win, and from there on in, I didn't really understand the means of supporting a driver constantly. So then I was like, and then I wanted Lewis Hamilton to win in 2009. He didn't. And then, you know, I just sort of adapted into I liked his driving style. Really aggressive, really punchy. Sometimes I'd say over-aggressive, e.g. 2011 when he really messed up with it. But nevertheless, that's how it goes. But we're on to lap 8 now. You can see Rosberg and Raikkonen have come into the pits. You can see them both exiting through the traditional fancy tunnel random stuff. And as you can see, Rosberg will not be gaining any places on us. We are in front of him. You can see him there. Fantastic stuff from Jeff, who's telling me that I am in P1. Staying in front of Nico Rosberg here on lap 8 of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And all I've got to do now is maintain the gap. 2.2 seconds. How hard can it be? Lap 14 of the final lap 14. And when I said how hard can it be, you can see there's Rosberg up my ass. Started losing time to him. You can see the change though. Like, we're into the night time now of this Abu Dhabi race. It is gone dark. Rosberg though with DRS is going to go to the right hand side of the circuit to try left hand side. No, right hand side of the circuit to try and make a move. This is his last chance to get a job done on me. He doesn't get it done, and now he's got one more DRS zone. Otherwise, he's pretty much not going to be able to get a move done on us. We maintain our position here in P1. Rosberg with the DRS, he's a bit too far back in order to make a move. So we break now, coming into the final sectors of this car. We have had an eventful season. We've had some highs, we've had some lows. We've managed to get on the podium a lot of the times in the season consistently, which has been key. And Rosberg, Hamilton really gave, well, Hamilton basically gave us a massive fight for the championship. Rosberg really didn't have as much luck in this season, mostly because of the AIs pitting at the same time. Like, it would be me, Hamilton, Rosberg. Hamilton would pit and so would Rosberg, and he'd lose out. But Rosberg has not managed to get the job done on us. We come for the penultimate corner now, and we are also going to come through this final corner here. Checker flag waiting for me. And as you can see, we are going to come straight across the finish line. Rosberg, I thought, actually overtook me then when I tried to do that. But you can see right behind us, 5 wins in a row for us, which is kind of key to our championship winning season. So, a free race in Abu Dhabi. That has been it for the 2015 Formula 1 World Championship with career mode with Sebastian Vettel. If you guys did enjoy this series, it'd be absolutely awesome if you wouldn't mind leaving a like rating on the video. Subscribe if you are new around here to see some more gaming content that I do produce in the future. And yeah, again, I'm sorry it's been so long since I've been uploading these series, but it is now finally done. We are the champions. That's how it's going to roll. Hope you guys do enjoy your weekend. It'd be absolutely awesome. I hope it's absolutely awesome. You're doing crazy things and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm going to tell you now, I won the World Championship by 62 points, I believe it was. Ferrari won the Constructors Championship by 37 points. So we managed to get the Constructors and also the World Championship, which is brilliant for us. And yeah, but if you did enjoy this series, leave a like rating. It'd be absolutely awesome. Subscribe if you're new around here. Have a great weekend. Take care. Peace.